It's Week 12 of the National Football League.
And we'll get a look here at Caleb Williams.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bears and the Vikings.
And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Cade Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other from the moment they're tabbed the starters in their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their...
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go from Chicago. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out to the 10th pick of the draft, coming off that national championship in Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
Doesn't it feel like Caleb Williams has been like the #1 pick for the last 3 years? This guy just does things no one else can do. Seeing him in person a number of times, Cade, in college, truly, he could be an NFL running back. But man, he throws it so pure, a quick release, an accurate passer. Now he's just got to learn this NFL game. It's a more condensed box. There's a whole lot more contact. And protecting that football and protecting himself will be critical.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On the ground, it's Herbert again. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Harrison Smith in on the stop. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. 3rd and just 2 to go. Williams on the play action. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They send him left out of the slot. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. The Bears close it in, and they'll get him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Bears and Khalil Herbert to take over once more. And he is the NFL leader in rushing yards as we work through November. He's hoping an excellent season can continue as such here. Williams to throw on first. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. First and 10 from the 41. And he's got a free play here. Complete out to the right side. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still first down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Working from the gun, Williams has a man. It's Scott. This is ahead for about 5. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down. Trying an inside give to Herbert. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. And they've got themselves another first and 10. Williams set to pass. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
At the 21-yard line.
That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. So they're left facing third and long. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. And this is a huge loss on the play. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got fourth down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. But with how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one is going to get them on the scoreboard.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Austin McNamara on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be Bears football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Williams from the gun. Has the connection to Odunze. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Williams to throw. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, McCarthy has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
And the Vikings 1st down.
They send a man in motion. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Running back, motioning right. 2nd and 10. McCarthy. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. 1st time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Back to the air, McCarthy. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. The Vikings getting their punt team out. Austin McNamara will kick this away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. 1st down, Williams. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
To throw, Williams. Pass caught by Odunze. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
3rd and 1.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like. about that amazing play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. That's complete, Cole Kmet. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Chicago first down.
Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Herbert straight ahead. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 39. Scott reels it in. And they get this down to the 28. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 28.
Williams will look to throw. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run can be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing. But it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything, and this defense just proved he couldn't.
Another try following the sack. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Clean breakup on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Smith on the coverage.
To throw is Williams. Completed over the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Carney's kick is good. And they come away with some points on that series.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of one. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They still have 5 to go here, 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. First down throw by Williams. Moore's got it. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a give right side to Herbert. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And this play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here.
Offside. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went. They choose to decline the penalty.
That penalty is declined.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun, Williams. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He'll cobble together a yard there. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Torrey Taylor getting set to punt it once again. One of the league's best return men, Jamal Agnew, back deep. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now it's McCarthy. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
He was defended by Tyreek Stevenson.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Minnesota.
Back to the well again. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Kevin Byard there to bring him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Vikings.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Trying the right side. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down. McCarthy to throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Looking for the back that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Smith able to put it through. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. They came into this game on a 5-game win streak and currently in control of what could be a 6th straight victory. They'll give to Herbert. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Off the play fake, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Williams from the gun. That throw finds Komet. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Bears first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Herbert. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Again, they'll run with Herbert. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Johnson up the middle. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure That first down right there.
At the 35-yard line.
It's a give here for Herbert. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 35-yard line.
Now here's Williams. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
Here's Williams. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him.
By Dallas
And the
Turner.
defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. So after the play, trainers headed out. A member of the Bears out there in some discomfort. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. He'll get this to Jefferson. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. Back to the air, McCarthy. Caught by Hunt. He's contained at the line for no gain. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They are throwing it again. And he finds him in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get some late points and the lead. It's a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead.
10, Bears 6.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bears and this running back headed back out for a new series. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Williams to throw on first. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down, Williams. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Bears 6.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Huer.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chicago offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Williams will look to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
From the gun, here's Herbert. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
And he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it's going to be Vikings football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
First down, Vikings.
They motion a receiver left. It's a jet sweep. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a give left side. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. 2nd and 13. That's brought in by Hunt. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
On first down, they'll run. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd and 6 at the Bears' 45-yard line.
Another carry for him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Now a give to Chandler, running right. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Smith able to put it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
He's got a lane up past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Bears about set for their next possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Out of the pistol, Williams. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
And 10 yards to go.
Working from the gun, Williams has the connection to Adunze. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he works his way for a gain of 4. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. Second and 6 coming up here. Trying it right side with Chandler. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Hit made by TJ Edwards. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. This is hauled in by Chandler. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
2 yards on the run, but a tough spot upcoming. We've got 3rd and 12. Throwing from the gun. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Bears football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Williams from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st down, ball at the 36. Trying an inside give to Herbert. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Running it after the penalty. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. On the ground, it's Herbert again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Vikings.
Williams on the play action. He's got Smith. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Herbert straight ahead. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the ground, it's Herbert. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. So now here's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. To throw, Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Now Williams. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty.
Offense.
They already got the stop and the turnover on down, so they're just going to decline this penalty. Here's the lone back on the handoff. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. McCarthy with the blitz coming. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Williams to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32. Pass caught by Adunze. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And this one does not go far. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Williams. Connects with his back, Khalil Herbert. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Now here's Williams. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. Putting a receiver in motion. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Lone back gets the handoff. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running this one left. And he's up across the 10 to the 11 before going down. He'll get 2 yards, and that brings up second down. McCarthy to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. The Bears bringing out an extra defensive back or two. Third down coming up. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them, trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. The Vikings getting their punt team out. Austin McNamara will kick this away. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 37. Completed here to Komet. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now we've got some whistles as officials signal for a stoppage. Player injured on that last snap, it looks like. Yep, it's Cole Komet who's in need of some attention. From the gun, here's Herbert. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Chicago first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Williams set to pass. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Williams will look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Punt team on the field. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They give it to him again. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Jefferson brings it in on the slant. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
First down, Vikings.
Slot man motioned over. Give now to the running back. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Trying down the middle with Chandler. Stiff arm success. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. 7 yards there, and that brings up second down.
At the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here come the Bears back out on offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he's going to work his way up to the 19. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
Working from the gun, Williams. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And now they need to get 4 on third down. He's back to throw. Moore's got it. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Back to throw it. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So out now comes the punter. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The home teams and DJ Moore back in possession here. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most. And we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. Williams to throw on first. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
From the 25 on second down. It's taken in by Herbert. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. He'll look to throw it. Misfire there, couldn't connect. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. So it's second down coming up. Here he is to throw. It's caught, Herbert. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Komet brings it in. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Bears first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Setting up to pass. Throw complete to Herbert. And he's taken down at the 30. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. First down throw by Williams. Pass caught by Adunze.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Brings up second and 7.
Williams on the play action. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. And now they're going to face third down. To throw. He's on the move. He's running for it. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he drives this forward to the 6. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. Williams from the gun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here's Williams. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Now to throw. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. So now they're left with 4th and goal. Looking to throw it. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Chicago.